So welcome back, drifters. I'm just finishing up this workout because Chris is on his way over, and we're going to finish working on that BRZ, getting that clutch put in. So stay tuned. So now all we got to do, now that we got the transmission out, is work on pulling the pressure plate and the clutch and all that fun stuff. Should just be a couple bolts and we should be good to go. Okay, so we got it off, and now we're looking at this. Let's go take a look. That got a little bit hot. Dang, look at that. Somebody was having a little bit of fun. Oh, look, there's material or something. Whatever that is. Probably not good for me to touch that with my bare hands.
Probably not.
All right, flywheel bolts coming off. Okay, flywheel coming off. See if I can get it without hurting my hand. All right, there she goes. Woo! Let's go inspect this puppy. Well, that don't look too bad. How's that pilot bearing look? Not terrible. I don't see anything crazy, it feels good. Okay, so interesting thing with the Subaru is this up here is the crank sensor, and this plate is like a reluctor ring that we found on the LS. The thing is, we can't rotate this or move this. We want to keep it in the same position, so otherwise the crank sensor is going to freak out and the car won't start. So we're just going to leave it right there, and we're going to put the flywheel in, going in the same way that the other one was. There's no dowel pin to like line it up, but we're just going to get it as close as we can. Bearing retainer thing on this we need to replace because the old one got tore up. I mean, look at that. Because of the bad pilot bearing, I mean, it is just destroyed. So Chris got that thing off, and now what do we got under here? Looks like
Got some RTV.
yeah, it looks like some RTV on that thing on the backside. So we're gonna need to go get some RTV, and we gotta get some blue Loctite for the bolts. Check out this pivot bearing. This thing has seen better days as well. Jesus. So it looks like ultra copper and then the blue 242, and we should be good. So we ended up not getting the copper stuff just because we need to get this thing done tonight. And we found this stuff that says it'll cure in like 90 minutes and it goes up to 500 degrees. And I'm sorry, if your transmission's getting to 500 degrees, you got bigger problems than RTV.
We're just impatient.
Yeah, that's true. So now we're just cleaning this sucker out and getting ready to apply. I always love this part. When you squeeze the tube, it just starts oozing out. Yeah. This is the super technical way to apply RTV. You just goop it on there. There we go. Cool. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and pop the flywheel on. So I gotta take these bolts, put the ARP stuff on the back of the head, and then we're gonna put Loctite blue in the threads. There we go. Just like that. And then we're gonna put the blue Loctite on here. Boom. Here comes the fun part. Oh man. Oh my goodness. That is heavy. All right, we're just trying to line her up. Ow, my fingers. Oh, there she goes. Okay, we're on. It's a bit of a workout. Okay, that's on there. That should hold. Still can't get over the fact there's more bolts in this than there is on the LS3.
There goes the weight now. It's like, how many bolts we got left over? 6. It's like, good enough.
Yeah. Let's see what ARP has to say. It says, using alternating crisscross pattern, torque bolts to 60 foot-pounds using the specified lubricants in step 4. So there we go, nice and easy. Oh, the engine's cranking. Oh, that is a situation I didn't think about. We may need someone to hold the crankshaft. Okay, so in order to get this thing to work, we're gonna have to have somebody hold the pulley up in the front on the crank because it just wants to spin. So we're gonna do that. Luckily, this is way easier than the Corvette. And then we're just gonna torque it down at 35 feet and then 60 feet, or foot-pounds, whatever, you know what I mean. I had it oh, there we go. Ow, 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 I'm good. A little skin, but I'm okay.
Take the intake.
Okay, good.
On lockout, so.
Whew, there we go, flywheel's on. So just putting on the little clutch fork and then the throwout bearing to hopefully fix the busted ass one. Now we got a nice good one here. A good example. This is what the broke one sounds like. That ain't right, because here's what they're supposed to sound like. Yeah. I'd say it was a little bit broken. Okay, so here's the throwout bearing pins. These were kind of a pain to figure out, but now you can kind of get an idea how they look and how they mount on that thing. And if we turn it around, you'll see the other side. So that's basically how those little clips go on there. Just in case if you're watching this and you want to see, that might help you out a little bit. And there she is, all nice and mounted on there. Good amount of movement, yeah. Looks pretty good.
Oh, shit.
Oh, went too far. Too far.
There we go.
Honestly, we should bring a shop light out to this side.
Yeah.
Because it's completely dark on this side.
Is it?
And my legs are hanging out.
Oh yeah, that's probably a good
We
point.
do it after this.
Yeah.
We already down here.
We don't want no cars coming by and going chop chop. Alright, let's get that bitch clean as fuck.
Very scientific way of doing this.
Oh yeah.
Little brake cleaner.
A little brake cleaner never hurt nobody. Oh, I'm pretty sure that would kill any kind of germs. Everyone's like all about the Clorox. Meanwhile, mechanics, ain't you ever seen brake cleaner?
Good enough for my car, it's good enough for me.
Yeah. Clutch time with the clutch alignment. That looks right. Does it feel flush?
Yeah.
That's what we want.
Should have brought the pressure plate on here.
I'll get it.
Tyler!
This is the tricky part.
Yeah.
Just gotta line them pins up and pop them on down. We have to double check the. There. Is that? I think that's.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Now let's make sure the clutch is lined up straight before we push too hard. We want to make sure that this thing is dead center. So now we're just gonna torque it on there, and it's what is it? 156 inch-pounds or 13 foot-pounds?
Yep.
Star pattern. That always gets me when I'm doing that. I'll be like tightening it, and I'm like, did I do that in the right order, or?
It's easy on lug nuts because you only have 5.
Oh, okay. Cool. Now you get to do the best part.
Pull this bitch out. Ooh.
Oh, I didn't even make the thump. Usually it goes like, foop.
Trans time.
Time to put the tranny in. So I just wanted to use this opportunity to show you that just because you don't have the best tools doesn't mean that you still can't do these complicated jobs. It is very challenging working on the street on 2 jack stands and 2 ramps. But I wanted to include this to show you that it is possible, but that it is a struggle to do. Okay, it's not easy. So here you go. This is hard because we don't got a lot of space, but we're going to have to just try to lift it. But maybe if we do the back end, because the back end is
one side up.
Man, I just have no leverage.
Oh, my shoulder.
You okay?
Yeah.
We got it on this, but now we just got to get it on the wood.
The wood is always the hardest part.
Kick that bitch. Kick that bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, world. I hate this jack.
I know, it sucks so much. Oh.
No.
There's the new battery.
Reloading.
There she goes. 10 hours later. Oh, fuck. Okay, actually, we're pretty close to where I think we could guide it onto the studs if we're careful. It's just my arm's right near the jack, so don't shove too hard. We're like right there. Try pushing forward a little. Keep going. Okay, we're on the studs. Okay, so now what we have to do is do the whole jiggle to slide it all the way on, but we're on the studs. Take a quick 5er. Yeah. We'll just take 5 for a second. Give my shoulder a rest. My old man's shoulder. So listen up. If anybody tells you that mating the transmission on this car is easy, it's not. It's a pain in the ass.
I hate my life.
We have been under here doing this for like God knows how long. It was so much pain. It turned out the throwout bearing got moved, so we had to take the transmission off and redo it, and it is just, my God. But we got it on there. We're tightening up the housing bolts, and then tomorrow we'll get the rest of the stuff done. But oh my God.
Don't buy a BRZ.
Yeah. For whatever reason, this transmission is a pain to get on and off. I have no idea. But it is what it is. So Subaru likes blue Loctite and they put it everywhere. Those were 56 foot-pounds, but good luck getting a torque wrench on it. These over here were blue Loctite at about 35, was it 35, 36?
Yeah, 37.
Somewhere around there. Nice and tight. And then of course you got the trans mounts. Those are also blue Loctite. I don't know the torque. It'll be in the guide or whatever below. And then of course all the nice, wonderful Bellhousing bolts. So those are all nice and tightened up. Good to go. So now we just got to get this here exhaust pipe plugged up and all that fun stuff. Basically it's reversive install, just don't forget your blue Loctite. Alright, so we've got the slave cylinder hooked up, we got the starter, all the wires, everything reattached, but we're good to go in here. Just got to fill up that transmission. Just a little bit of fluid going up in there, should be good to go. Got the little shifter connected, so we should be good there. So if you ever want to hear what a BRZ sounds like without exhaust, here you go. It's a bit loud. Oh yeah. You sure you want to put your muffler back on?
Oh, we don't need it no more.
Well, she runs. That's a good thing. So we got the exhaust back up. It's obviously not stock, but we're gonna see how it sounds. So all we had to do now is get this plate adjusted so that way we can get the lockout set. You can see that little piece there. When you go over, that's what hits it. And then when you go to lift it, it will, this is what pulls it over the humps, that way you can actually shift. But yeah, good to go. And we got the skid plates on, so we're pretty much ready to get this thing off jacks.
Just roll straight back.
Just like, right into the truck.
That'd be a beautiful.
It would be sad because it would be your car fucked up, not mine. But it would still be sad. Well, at least we're moving under our own power. Oh, it's freaking out because forgot my seatbelt.
Clutch is a lot lighter.
Does it feel good?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sounds good. Look at that. Oh yeah. Getting them shifts. This is like the test road for all the vehicles.
Really?
We always take it down this road every time.
This is our Nürburgring.
It really is. Feels good though. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it ain't popping out of gear, so that's good. So Chris is being nice and he's letting me drive the BRZ, so I'm about to go drive it over there so we can drop it off. Time to see how this thing is, because who knows? Maybe I'll get a future project car. Ooh, sounds nice. So I gotta say, this car is really impressive to me. It handles exceptionally well, and for 200 horsepower, it's not bad. This would be a really fun car to drive, like even just the way that it is. And it's incredibly easy to work on. So I'm super impressed with this BRZ. I mean, it's got me thinking, I'll tell you. It's definitely got me thinking, but Lord knows I have way too many projects as it is. Also, I gotta say, I love this gauge cluster. I love the fact that it's a manual, but it still has a number selector on there for what gear you're in. Crazy. Man, even these seats are like nice and comfy. They really grab you really nice. Like I feel nice and held in. I feel like I'm in a cockpit. It's actually really, really good. I gotta say too, even the steering feels nice and tight. It's a little on the heavy side, but it feels really good. I mean, this wheel is a little bit stiff, but in a good way. It's actually really quite nice. So I'm pretty impressed. I'm curious how this thing would make as an actual drift car. I'm sure it'd be great. We good. See ya. So if you're gonna be replacing your clutch, the hardest part, honestly, is taking the transmission off of the engine and putting it back on. The biggest thing is making sure it's level, and that can sometimes be a pain in the butt. Outside of that, everything else was pretty smooth and easy, so it's very doable. I mean, we did it literally on the street on jack stands, so as long as you got a nice secure place you can jack it up, you should be able to do it with some basic tools. So I hope this was helpful. If it was, be sure to hit that like button. If you didn't, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.